Welcome back to Farm Fit. I am going to be doing another interview this week. Well, not really this week. I did it last week. I've just been slow getting to it because, well, life and things get away from me. Anyways, this week I'm sitting out with John Culbert. He is putting together an unsanctioned show, which sounds really hardcore. I'm used to pro wrestling terminology where like an unsanctioned match is just like, some knockdown, drag out, slobber knocker where everybody ends up cut, bleeding, and crying. Hopefully those things don't happen at this show. Anyways, he's putting together a show in Muskoka this winter that promises to be a lot of fun. I'm going to likely do it. I still have to sign up for it, but who I am as a person means I procrastinate before getting to these things. So I'm going to sign up and do it because it looks like a lot of fun. John goes over the show, the events, as well as a neat little dress up portion to it for those that want to get into character and have a little bit of extra fun. I think that's really cool. Adds a little bit of flavor to it. I'm really looking forward to that and expressing my nerd side because yes, I have one of those. Anyways, enjoy my interview with John. Coming up after that, not in this video, but later this week or next week, I'm going to be looking at Canada's Strongest Man, which is coming up soon, very soon. My own training and how that's going, getting ready for nationals, and anything else that I got going on. So until then, stay strong, enjoy the interview, and I will catch you on the flip side. All right, John, appreciate you sitting down to talk to me tonight to promote your upcoming show, the Muskoka Winter Classic. So before we get into anything, I just want to know right off the hop, your motivation behind putting together your own show in winter in Muskoka, which is part of the snow belt of Southern Ontario.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. The Muskoka Strongman Club has wanted to have a second show for a while now, but Muskoka Mayhem is Marshall's baby and Rivers, and they, it's their focus. So they handed the reins to me for this one because it was kind of my idea anyway. Really, for two reasons. One, like the idea of having a winter outdoor show. It's something that you see a little bit in Strongman here and there. Magnus Classic, there's a World's Strongest Viking, a couple others, but it's not really all that common. And I figure I don't understand why. It's Canada. We might as well give it a shot. And also because we need more unsanctioned shows in Ontario.
No, 100%. When I did a video recently, just going over my recent training, and I was talking about having you on, and I read that it was going to be completely outdoors, but it must have slipped my mind. But I remember even just mentioning that, like, it's obviously going to be outdoors because why else would you have a show in winter in Muskoka if not capitalizing on being outdoors? And like you said, the Magnus Classic is kind of the big one that most people think about when they think about outdoor winter shows. Strongest Viking is another one now. But I really like the flavor of this. I really like the idea of not just the events, which we're going to get into, but having the show outside in the winter because, it means you got to plan for the cold, even though we all kind of run hot as strong men and strong women. So you got to kind of be prepared for that, but also it's the visual aspect of it. You can get some really cool shots. I was going to say if it's snowing, but again, it's end of November in Muskoka, so odds are
maybe not.
I guess that's true. There are some times where we don't get that snow until December, and then we really get it. But when you're putting together an outdoor show, because you've been a part of helping them put together their show, and obviously some of their show has to be outside, but it's in May, so it's a little bit different. You're also preparing for this to be outside in the winter. When you were putting the show together and picking the events, was that motivated by the fact that it is completely outside, or did you have those events in mind prior to saying, okay, we're going to do this whole thing outside?
I mean, the majority of them I had that in mind before. Because it's also sort of a hybrid competition of stone lifting and strongman. There's no deadlift, there's no overhead press. Sorry, Phil.
But, shucks.
But I wanted it to be sort of very stone specific, kind of like Magnus does a lot of times too, right? So, and they all suit the outdoors quite well. I mean, a Saxon bar deadlift you can kind of do anywhere. But all the other events, pretty much outdoorsy, and yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah, so let's get into the events since we're right there. We're going to start with the natural stone to shoulder, Trump style, a heavy one and a lighter one, which is the Trump style has kind of been a theme all year long for anybody who's been doing the circuit shows, right? The dumbbell, and now nationals is dumbbell and deadlift as well. So the natural stone to shoulder, I am not a big stone fan, but not because I don't like the events, only because I'm not good at them. But I am excited to try it. So when doing the natural stone to shoulder as picking the event, do you already have those stones now that you know you want to use, or you still have to go get them?
No, these are our stones. We already have quite a collection. It's basically the same event we've had a couple times at Muskoka Mayhem.
So for the
kind
one,
of Muskoka tradition. So we want to keep
I was going to say, and then there's the for anybody in the open in the 120s, there was that teardrop style stone with the round. Is that one going to be there?
That's the big one. Yeah.
Okay, listen, I'm going to sign up to this show because I am bound and determined to get that stupid thing to my shoulder. I had the 2 years I did it, I fought it and I didn't get it. And I don't know if it's in my group or if it's just going to be there, but I am hell bent to get that thing done.
Yeah. It is the Trump stone of the Berserker class. Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. Following that, max distance shield carry. Is this like a pre-built, like a Husafell shield? Is it a stone? What do you have in mind for this?
I had thought we were going to do a bunch of stones, but turns out, at least in Muskoka anyway, around the Canadian Shield, it's really hard to find a shield-shaped stone.
Yeah.
So we kind of gave up on that idea. It's because I have one maybe. Yeah. So we're just going to do Inukshuk's, of course. Inclusive Fitness is supporting us again.
Perfect.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
And then the stuff we can't, the weights that we can't handle with the Inukshuk is just going to be a loadable Husafell. So
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I've kind of got some love back for the Inukshuk after handling one a little bit better at provincials. So my beef with that sandbag is squashed. I'm okay now. I can handle it. Do you have weights picked out yet for the events?
Yep. They're all there. They've been where did I put them? In the comments of the event.
If I just open the post, I see it right here.
Let's scroll down a bit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So going back a minute here, natural stone to shoulder. You've got the Shield Maiden, Valkyrie, Drenger, and Berserker. Those are your classes. Cool. Yep. So how are they broken up real quick?
Well, the way that I sort of explained it a bit in the registration email, and then also on another post about what division you should pick. We're trying to be all things to all people. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But
hey, that's the point of unsanctioned events, is to try new things. So absolutely.
Exactly. We really want to be welcoming to all skill levels. So
yeah,
Shield Maiden and Drenger, those are novice / intermediate. So basically the Trump weights are kind of good enough for someone who's done some strongman, has some strength, is not starting from the bottom. But we still wanted to have novice weights. So that's why those are there. And then for the other two, Valkyrie and Berserker, think of them as an open, but it's still a bit easier than a typical open. So that like if it was me, for example, lightweight master, I would still jump in the Berserker if it was me. So yeah, and you would be in Berserker as well, and yeah. So
I'm going to talk about the costumes in a minute, but I need to gear my mind towards that. Got it.
There you go.
Yeah. So the natural stone for the Trumps going on down from Shield Maiden to Berserker, 93 pounds, 183 pounds. Next one's 138 to 167, and then 157 to 210, and then the big one is 210 and 250. The max distance shield carry we just talked about, Trump style as well. 100 pounds and 150, then 150 to 205, 175 to 205, and then the heavy weights will be 225 and 250. Good solid weights for a shield carry, especially for max distance. That'll be good. And then moving on into event 3, we're doing a stone throw, 3 attempts, forward throw, 1 or 2 hands, and then just the 2 options. So for the Shield Maiden and Valkyrie, it's 30 pounds. For the Drenger and the Berserker, it's 70 pounds. We kind of saw a stone throw, albeit not a stone. It was, I think it was a medicine ball at Battle at the Brink this year. Same sort of idea, overhead, overhand, off you go. Or can you throw shot put style as well?
Yeah, the Goliath games last year did it too, and
that's right. Yeah,
we're still playing with the weights and whatnot because it might be light enough that using two hands would be pointless. We'll see. But yeah, as long as it's a forward throw, you can shot put, you can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then what did I say? 3 attempts, which is pretty standard for shows when you're going to have anything with multiple attempts. 3 attempts is usually the way to go. Yeah. Following that, Saxon bar deadlift, rising bar style, last athlete standing. This is, full disclosure, not my favorite event. I've done Saxon once, and it was at the weight pit, and it was supposed to be for time. And I think my time was like, it took them to click it because I picked it up and it just slipped right out of my hands. So my grip is not conducive for this. But again, things can change. Are you still, so you're starting at 80 pounds with the 5-pound jumps and 150 and then 10-pound jumps. So this is going to be one where we're going to start at one weight and then just go until no one's doing it.
Yeah, the weight doesn't go down, basically.
Yeah, makes sense. Perfect.
And honestly, I just did this because I was pulling my hair out thinking of a fourth event I couldn't think of.
Yeah.
And then I said, Saxon, that sounds kind of cool and warriorish and everything, so let's throw it in. So.
And you know what? For a deadlift variation, it's not an easy one. Like you need to have a grip. Like you need to have a good grip. And the extra just obviously isn't for. What's that? Sorry,
the extra added difficulty of it being in the cold too.
I was just going to say, now we're outside in the cold, right? Like it's not going to be under ideal conditions, so it makes it harder. Probably won't be a really long event because of that. Right? Like that'll help.
Depending on the weather, we're thinking of ways to make this work, like maybe bringing some heat guns, making sure that you get the bar back to room temperature-ish.
That makes sense.
Lifters and stuff, see if that helps.
Just make sure none of us lick it first, right? We don't get stuck to it. And then event 5, Atlas Stone over hitching post, 5-stone run. Again, when you talk about picking the weights, I think these are pretty good choices, especially looking at the Berserker group for us is 250, 262, 285, 305, and 330. That's a good run. That's a good run for anybody, considering our stone at Nationals is going to be 365, which, RIP to me. And I think the 105s are doing 330. So, when you're in and around that weight at the end of the run, makes sense. The hitching post complete run is 50 inches. So that makes it more challenging when you get to those bigger stones, the heavier stones as well. Any limitation on, like, it's going to be cold, so tacky is not really going to be helpful in some respects unless you get the right stuff.
I've done some research and talked to, of all people, a Russian strongman who said that he trains tacky outdoors in the winter all the time.
Okay.
And apparently the key is the stones can be cold, the tacky cannot. So we're going to have to just do some careful, first of all, pick the right tacky, just like any Atlas stone event.
Yeah.
But we have the community center right there by the parking lot, so you can go in. We'll have a tacky station set up. Try to keep it as clean as we can.
Yeah, as possible.
And get it nice and warm, just like you normally would, just before you go outside and do your run. And it'll probably be fun.
That makes sense. So as long as you're staying inside in the warmth, keeping it warm before you go out to grab it, you should be okay. You should have enough time to get through. So that makes sense. And
we will do some testing of that as the weather gets colder before the
sure. I've heard, and again, I don't know if it'll matter for this or not, but I've heard of some guys that'll train stones in the winter. They'll use like honey, because honey, when it's cold, I guess gets to be like a tacky sort of substance. So, and I don't know, like, I've never tried it myself, but I like to think outside the box and get how other people. I think Emmanuel was the one that told me that. But at least the nice thing about that with the tacky is we'll be able to keep it contained to, like, hey, you're going to get ready here, but then anything that happens outside, like it's going to be outside, so it's not the end of the world.
Yep.
So that makes sense. So I do like these events. These are very on brand with the theme of outside. Yes, very stone oriented, but also for the most part, events you would also see at a strongman show. Like I've done natural stone to shoulder. I've done a sandbag max distance. I've not done the stone throw because I missed Andrew's show. Saxon deadlift and Atlas stones. Like these are all what you would see at an SCC show, but put together in this fashion for this type of show really fits the theme very well. So for what it's worth, I think you've done a good job at picking these events.
And I think hopefully beginner we're as well. Like we've got the registrations have been open for less than 24 hours. We're half full already. And
wow.
And the biggest class is beginner women. So
that's amazing. That's awesome.
That's exactly what we want for.
Sometimes these unsanctioned shows can attract new people to the sport because there's no pressure. You don't have to pay the membership fee. There's not the tag of, it's an SCC show, so off you go. Even though SCC has novice divisions, which is terrific, I think those are huge because people have that anxiety. They have that concern about jumping into a show when they've never done it before or they've kind of trained it. So shows like this and Goliath Games, when it was unsanctioned for a couple of years, same idea of come out, try it. There's no pressure, right? This type of show is going to attract a certain group of people that are going to be welcoming to those new people as well, which is terrific. And if you're saying that, there's a bunch of new people that have already signed up to do it, that's great news. That's amazing. I think that's going to help grow the sport for sure.
Yep, and then maybe slightly less intimidating weights and events too helps.
Well, it's that too, exactly. So that's great. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring up was you're going all in with these themes, and I love it. I'm here for this. So you had another post up expressing yourself. Special prizes, male and female athlete, best representing the competition, and you have options, not options, but ideas of what you can do: Viking, Saxon, Norse, that sort of thing. I love that Skyrim was thrown in there because I played that game to death and still play it to this day. So as soon as I saw that, the gears started turning. Take me through you wanting to have this express yourself thrown in there to this show.
Well, there's no rules too. Let's be clear. First of all, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Nope. Although I would encourage everybody to at least do something with their hair, or whatever.
Oh wow, thank you. I appreciate. Yeah, do something with their hair. Thanks a lot.
Or a hat, perhaps. I don't.
Oh, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, but it's fun to see a lot of videos on YouTube where guys get dressed up and do crazy strength feats and things like that, and I understand why you have competition shirts, and I'm not knocking it at all. Obviously, they have to be there. And thank you for our sponsors so far for not pushing back on this, saying, you got to have my logo on your T-shirt. Like Inclusive in Team Industry, everybody knows who they are, but we want to show that they gave us support in other ways. Hopefully, the Team Industry will probably have a booth there. We'll have some banners up, 100%. But that combined with the fact that it's winter means that we could have a little more dress up, because you're going to wear coats, you're going to wear jackets, you're going to wear longer pants or kilts, perhaps boots, things like that. You put the fur on, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be Viking themed either. If you want to show up as a samurai, I don't care. Like whatever you think, just to have some fun. And then whoever's got the most creative take, we've got some really special prizes, which we're going to keep secret for the winners. So
amazing. I'm here for that. Like I said, any chance to express that inner nerd, I'm just like, I'm here for it. And you put some pictures up with it too. Sean, Bex, Mike, like just people that already do. I've always wanted to buy a kilt. I'm not Scottish. This could be a good excuse for me to get one. Any excuse to get involved. But I think that's a great way to get everybody to express themselves, whatever they want to do. Like you said, no rules, whatever you feel, in here, dress it up and go do it, or don't at all. Like if you're not one of those people, then you don't have to. It's the no pressure that you're putting together in this show that is that I find highly motivating.
Excellent. Yep, that's the idea.
So registration's open. You said you've already about halfway full.
Yeah, I think 18 or something like that. We want to try to stick to 40, but at the same time, if one class is a little low and someone says, we'll play with it. It's not a big deal. So
where can they go to sign up?
Muskoka Strongman Club or my Instagram, Culbert 66. Either one of those Instagrams, there's a sign up sheet at the top. pretty straightforward. 50 bucks to register.
$50 to register. Perfect. Anything else you wanted to add about the show before I let you go?
Can't really think of anything. I'm sure I will when we're done. But
That's usually how this happens.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, excellent, John. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk about it. I'll have you on again as we get closer to, once we're obviously through nationals and we get that prep done and out of the way. And then I was looking for a winter show to do. I wasn't sure if it was going to be strongman or powerlifting, but this sealed it. I needed something to do in the off season. This looks like a lot of fun, and so I'll see you out there for it, and we'll get you on again before we get there.
Absolutely. Thanks.